The growth of modern education in Odisha. In ancient and medieval periods, Odisha had a traditional education system. Modern education was introduced during the British period, leading to the decline of the traditional education system. Christian missionaries played a significant role in starting modern education by printing the Old and New Testaments in the Oriya language. The first primary school in Odisha was established in 1822 by missionaries. The British rule had a long-term impact on Odisha by introducing English education. The introduction of English education facilitated the modernization and growth of education in Odisha. The education in Odisha during pre-British period. Prior to the British occupation of Odisha in 1803, education was primarily driven by private initiatives. Schools, known as Patsalas, were operated in temples, Sanskrit tolls, traditional schools, Bhagavad Tangis, and the homes of affluent individuals. Teachers, called Avadanas, focused on teaching reading, writing, and basic mathematics, as well as traditional knowledge. The curriculum included the study of Oriya literature, such as the Bhagavata of Jagannath Das and Puranas. There were no schools established or managed by the kings of Odisha during this period. Overall, education in pre-British Odisha was relatively limited and lacking in systematic organization. The factors responsible for the spread of English education. In the beginning, the East India Company was much apathetic to the growth of English education in Odisha. In course of time, they realized that if the people will not be well acquainted with English, their administration and the entire system will not work properly. So they took interest for the growth of English education in Odisha. On the other hand, Charles Grant, the member of the British Parliament, and Lord Minto, the Governor-General, took keen interest for the spread of English education among the Indians who will understand the British administration and will help the officials in discharging their duties. The Christian missionaries wanted to uplift the Odishan people through the spread of education with the view to spread Christianity. The main aim of these missionaries was to preach the natives the words of Jesus Christ. The missionaries prepared the Oriya letters and printed the first Oriya Bible in 1804. The New Testament was translated in 1809 by Pandit Mrityunjay Vidyalankar. This translation was possible due to the efforts of three missionaries, namely Macauley, Marshman, and Ward. The British thought that the appointment of the Odias in the government service would be beneficial to them because they would get very less salary in comparison to others. The need of educated elites to help the British administration was a need at that time. It was true for all the provinces of India, and Odisha was not exclusion to it. So, the British government wanted to introduce modern education in Odisha. Macaulay's Minutes and Education in Odisha. In 1835, Lord Macauley, as the President of the General Committee of Public Instruction and law member of the Governor-General's Council, prepared a minute that favored English as the medium of instruction. The decision to use English as the medium of instruction was a result of debates between the Anglicists and the Orientalists. The British took steps to open English schools in Odisha to impart European knowledge. Christian missionaries had already established successful English medium schools prior to the government's efforts. The first English school in Puri was opened by the British in 1836, and the management of the Cuttack English School was transferred to the government in the same year. The government founded an English school in Balasore in 1853 and restored the Puri School. Jilla schools were subsequently established in Balasore, Puri, and Cuttack to educate the local population in English and assist the British government in Odisha. Growth of education under Wood's Despatch. The Wood's Despatch, drafted by Sir Charles Wood, was a significant milestone in the educational progress of Odisha. The Despatch, issued in 1854 during Lord William Benting's Governor-Generalship, became famous as the Magna Carta of the English system of education in India. It recommended the establishment of new schools and the retention of existing ones. In line with the Despatch, a Jilla school was established in Berhampur in 1855. The Despatch analyzed the history and progress of education in the region and offered valuable suggestions. Following the Despatch, the number of schools in Odisha increased significantly. In 1858 to 1959, there were 30 schools, which rose to 63 in 1868 and 95 in 1870. Schools started functioning in remote areas of the province, including Kendrapara, Puri, Bhadrak, Balasore, Mehenga, Hariharpur, and other places. One challenge in the educational system was the fee structure of the schools, which sometimes led to students dropping out due to the high fees. Spread of vernacular education in Odisha. The Wood's Despatch led to the elevation of the Jilla school in Sambalpur to the status of an Anglo-vernacular school. The policy of establishing Middle English schools with a vernacular basis facilitated the spread of English education among the Oriya-speaking population. T. Ravenshaw played a key role in overseeing the 832 indigenous village schools, known as Patsalas. This approach contributed to the growth of primary education in Odisha. Maharaja Krishna Chandra Gaspati of Parlikhemundi played a significant role in promoting primary education in the region. By 1947, the number of primary schools in Odisha had increased to 6,998. Secondary education in Odisha during British rule. The Wood's Despatch had a positive impact on secondary education in Odisha. Middle vernacular schools, Middle English schools, and high schools were established to promote education. In middle vernacular schools, English was not compulsory, and they provided 2 additional years of education after the upper primary stage. Middle English schools included English as a compulsory subject and offered 4 years of study. High schools offered 4 years of study after completing Middle English school. Private high schools were established in Cuttack, such as Pyari Mohan Academy, established in 1875, and Victoria School, recognized as a high school in 1888. By the end of the 19th century, there were 12 high schools and 1982 Middle English schools in North Odisha, and 4 high schools and 26 Middle English schools in South Odisha. Lord Ripon and the Hunter Commission. Lord Ripon appointed the Hunter Commission in 1882 to examine the state of education in India. As per the recommendations of the Hunter Commission, private schools and colleges were established in different towns of Odisha. In 1909, Pandit Gopbandhu Das founded Satyavadi Bakula Vanvidyalaya at Sakshi Gopal, which played a significant role in education. Prominent leaders like Pandit Gopbandhu Das, Acharya Harihara, Pandit Neelkantha Das, Pandit Godavarish Mishra, and Pandit Kripasindhu Mishra contributed to the growth of education in Odisha through their involvement with Satyavadi Bakula Vanvidyalaya. The creation of Odisha as a separate province fueled the leaders' commitment to spread education in the region. By 1947, there were 42 high schools and 1961 Middle English schools in Odisha. Growth of higher education in Odisha. After the devastating famine of 1866, the British government focused on the development of higher education in Odisha. Ravenshaw College, established in 1868, marked a significant milestone in higher education in Odisha. In 1868, The Cuttack Jilla School was converted into a collegiate school, initially offering first arts (FA) classes. Based on the recommendation of T. E. Ravenshaw, the collegiate school was later converted into a degree college. Maharaja Krishna Chandra Bhanja donated 20,000 rupees in 1878 for the construction of a new college building for Ravenshaw College. Ravenshaw College was the only college in Odisha offering higher education until 1878. The Berhampur Jilla School became a collegiate school in 1878, and with the support of Raja Harihar Mardaraj Dev, it later became Kallikote College in 1893. In 1896, Maharaja Gaurachandra Dev established a college at Parlkhemundi, initially as a junior, second grade college, which was upgraded in 1937. SB Women's College was established in Cuttack, contributing to higher education for women. Reputed colleges during the British period in Odisha included Ravenshaw College, Cuttack, Khalikot College, Berhampur, SKCG College, Parlkhemundi, SB Women's College, Cuttack, GM College, Sambalpur, SCS College, Puri, and FM College, Balasore. Additionally, a training college was established in Cuttack, later known as Radhanath Training College, to provide teacher education. These colleges played a significant role in providing higher education in Odisha during the British period. Technical education in Odisha during the British period. The British also introduced technical education in Odisha to fulfill the needs of the British government. In 1923, the Odisha School of Engineering was established in Cuttack, which is currently known as Bhubnananda Engineering School. The Boys Industrial School in Balasore, established by the American Baptist Mission, provided education in various vocational trades such as carpentry, bookbinding, cane work, painting, and cement work. Weaving institutes were opened in Sambalpur and Cuttack districts to promote the development of the weaving industry. The Odisha Medical School was founded in 1876 and later transformed into the SCB Medical College and Hospital, which had a significant impact on healthcare in the region. Sanskrit tolls, schools, offered Prathama and Madhyama studies, focusing on Sanskrit education. Special schools were established, including 35 schools for scheduled castes and 19 schools for scheduled tribes in Angul and Sambalpur in 1917. A training college for teaching was established in Cuttack, which eventually became Radhanath Training College, providing teacher education. Approach of British government towards education in Odisha. Although the British had initiated the modern education in Odisha, but it did not progress fast. There are several reasons for the above approach of the British towards the education in Odisha. The British was quite apathetic towards the spread of higher education in Odisha. Although it wanted that the people of Odisha should learn English, but it never wanted to make them highly educated. It simply wanted a working knowledge of English only to create a clerical class of people as it wanted in case of India also. Higher education was very expensive. The British government never wanted to spend more on education which will benefit the native people. In 1858, when the Bombay, Madras, and Calcutta universities were established, there was not a single college by that time in Odisha. The number of schools and colleges was quite insufficient in Odisha. So the rise of elite class became delayed in case of Odisha. The conservative ideas regarding education of the people of Odisha was exploited by the British, so they did not encourage the English education in Odisha. Lastly, the British did not encourage the engineering education particularly related to agriculture, although Odisha was a land having agriculture as the chief profession of the people. These were factors which also hindered in the growth of education in Odisha. So, this is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. To get the note of this video, scan the above QR code or check description to get the link. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.